Going back into the fire is going to do you right.
And I'll get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Welcome to the U.S. Marshals. Hey, Kayce, hey, more Marshals.
That's a look at Marshals, the spinoff from Tyler Sheridan's Yellowstone. Since the story ended back in 2024, we now follow Kayce Dutton, who leaves the ranch to join a specialized U.S. Marshals unit.
All right, joining us now to talk all about it, the star of the show. Here he is. Luke Grimes joins us on the morning show. Luke, good to see you. Good morning.
Hey, you too. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, well, congratulations on this spinoff. What was your reaction when you heard all about it?
They sort of brought it up while we were filming the final episodes of Yellowstone. And, when I first heard about it, I didn't know if it was the greatest idea just because I felt like Kayce's story ended so perfectly. He sort of got everything he wanted. But then when I met the showrunner and he sort of pitched me his idea in the sort of Marshals world, I thought there was a lot of story to tell, and I got really excited to do it.
Okay. I'm a little in shock, a little bit, okay, because I'm a big Yellowstone fan,
Oh, yeah?
and I did watch a little bit of this, so get ready. There are some shockers. So what can you tell us about where we find Kayce now?
Yeah, so he, like I said, got everything he wanted at the end of Yellowstone. That is no longer the case.
No, it's like a record scratch moment. It's like,
Yeah, it's sort of like supposed to be about a year later, and sort of, kind of worst case scenario, something very, very big happens in his life, and it sort of forces him to have to find a whole new path and a whole new job and a whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to see some new faces, including country singer Riley Green making his TV debut. And we understand maybe you had something to do with that?
Yeah, Riley's a buddy of mine, and I was on a writing trip in Nashville, and him and I were just, kind of writing one day, just seeing if we could come up with anything. And he was telling me how he always kind of had this little pipe dream where he wanted to try some acting, and it was right when all this was coming together for Marshals, so I thought, why don't you try and be in our show? And so he came out to Utah, and I did his audition with him, I read with him, and he got it. So.
Well, I love this, and I mean, for Yellowstone fans out there, we've seen this with Lainey Wilson when she came on.
Yeah.
But Taylor projects, there is this. I love these Easter eggs. We do look for the people now that are coming out that we're going to see cameos that we're just going to be like, oh my gosh, look at this person, and then you see them, and they're really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think talented people are talented people, I guess, and I think anybody who's a really talented musician, I think, has some acting ability already built in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's also you. I mean, okay, because not only do we have Marshals, we saw you, was it at the Golden Globes we saw you?
I was there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then, but then also you have an album coming out, right?
That's right, April 3rd.
Redbird.
Redbird.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm curious, which love was first, acting, music?
I started telling my family that I was going to be a movie star when I was like 5 years old.
No.
So I always really wanted to do it, but I started playing music in church. My dad was a pastor when I was like maybe 10 or 11. I started playing drums in church. So there was nothing I could do about wanting to act in Ohio, like school plays or whatever. But so I started playing music first, really.
All right, well, acting, singing, Luke Grimes does it all. Marshals available to stream on Paramount Plus starting March the 2nd. Luke, real pleasure having you, and thanks for dropping by this morning.
Thanks so much. Yeah.